sports documentary In Search of Greatness premiered on Friday and is in theaters in 12 cities now. And it is an honor and a thrill to be joined by the filmmaker Gabe Polsky, whose sweat, tears, and storytelling went into making this film. Welcome, Gabe.
Thanks for having me, Tina.
And it took you a long time to make this film because you had some special interviews you had to get. How long did it take you?
Yeah, it took me about a year to get all the interviews. You know, Wayne Gretzky, Jerry Rice, Pele, and you know, kind of staggered, but it was very difficult. The editing process took about 2.5 years to make the film.
Wow. How did you decide who you were going to interview and search for this greatness?
I kind of had a rule of thumb that, you know, in the film, I'm one of the greatest athletes ever of all time, kind of undeniably. So, you know, starting there and, you know, the athletes that inspired me when I was younger, all of these guys, you know, their creativity and artistry and what they were doing and how they dominated the sport was just, you know, was personally inspiring to me. And you know, I wanted the major sports, and so I got lucky and was able to get these guys.
Did you have like an initial list and then see who would come up?
I mean, there's a couple that I didn't get, and I don't want to dwell on it, but I obviously went after Michael Jordan and Serena Williams. Eventually, you know, Muhammad Ali's not around anymore, but you know, eventually you got to kind of, I was satisfied with what I had, and you know, had to move forward and make the greatest film I could. So.
And you still address Serena Williams and Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan. I found myself very inspired, but also marveling at these men and the women that you speak of. The fact that it wasn't just their physical abilities, but it was something different with them mentally.
You look at Wayne Gretzky and Jerry Rice and people like that, they you know, in combine, and their physical skills aren't like off the charts. They had actually a lot of weaknesses, and were able, because of those weaknesses, they were able to sort of look at sport in a different way. They use their imagination to understand it better and develop other skills that allowed them to dominate their sport, and that's kind of what this film is about.
One thing that struck me about Gretzky, he talked about when he was, what, 4 or 4.5, and he would watch hockey games and draw on a rink where the puck would go for hours, all 3 periods. And his parents never told him to do that. What else that shocked me, because it just made, that's why these people are different. Was there anything else that stood, and there was other things that Jerry Rice said.
I think, you know, what this shows is that, you know, kids need time to just play and use their imagination, and when you allow a kid to mess around and you know, doodle or whatever, they can come up with amazing things, you know. And in today's society, oftentimes, first of all, we don't have enough time to just play and go out in your backyard and mess around. Everything's sort of very structured, and it's becoming an issue because a lot of those very things that create greatness, which are just leaving kids alone to play and use their imagination, are sort of a lot less happening now. So yeah, that's
wild. Kudos to you for getting Pele. Now, I've worked with his best friend in Chet Messing. I've interviewed his daughter. So to me, he's been this just figure. What was he like as a person when he sat down and you put the mic on him?
I mean, he was super nice. I felt he had a very warm soul. You know, he's got a lot of soul, you know, and yeah, that showed on the field as well. You know, it comes out on the field.
Whether it was the people that you interviewed or the people you studied and present and talk about and discuss in the documentary, who do you think has the most unique or outrageous mental capacity? Yeah,
that's a great question. Well, I think, in my opinion, probably Wayne Gretzky, and just the way he's played, his style was so almost paradoxical. You know, he just did everything kind of differently than everybody else. Even the way he skated, the way he, you know, the helmet he had on. I mean, everything about him was sort of different, and his ability to anticipate and know 5 steps ahead of everybody, kind of like Tom Brady today, you know.
It's a good comparison.
It's just uncanny.
Search of Greatness. Where can we see it in New York right now?
So now it's playing at the AMC Empire, and it's going to be moving around the country throughout the next few months. So.
And you're also doing deals for teams. Can go see it as a group as well.
So
what's your website?
InSearchOfGreatness.com, and we're encouraging teams to, you know, go to the theater together. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to take away from this film.
There is.
For both individuals and for coaches, parents, and kids. It's a very unique film. So
it really is. Gabe, congratulations on it.
Thank you very much,
It's
Tina.
so intriguing. You'll find yourself mystified after watching it. Good luck to you.
Thanks so much.
And we'll look forward to, of course, he's made many documentaries as well. Gabe Polsky joining us here on Sports Extra. We'll be right back after this.